We welcome New Mexico State Coach Jans and student athletes to the dais. A.J. Harris and Johnny McCants will take a brief opening statement from Coach and then turn it over to questions for student athletes, and once those have been exhausted, we'll return to questions for Coach. Coach?
Heck of a college basketball game. You know, that's kind of what March Madness is all about. Really proud of our guys. I think a lot of teams would have packed tent and went home when it looked pretty bleak there for a while. I think they got it up to 13, and our huddles were lively. They were encouraging one another, and we just kept trying to whittle it back. And, you know, we gave ourselves a chance. We gave ourselves a chance in the end to come from behind and get a win in the tournament, but unfortunately we didn't.
Questions for A.J. Harris and Johnny McCants. We'll start right here.
AJ, great game. I just want to ask about the sequence at the end. Wanted to know, did you know you were down by 2? And based on that, you know, talk about your decision to kick it out for the win, I guess.
I seen the points, and we was down 2. I just felt like Terrell Brown was clearly wide open. He got a great shot off. He got fouled, and I was just trusting my teammate, my partner.
I'm sorry, but did you think you had an open shot? I mean, for us, it looked like you were open, but I don't know.
Yes, I did. I had the open shot, but I just felt like Terrell Brown was going to hit the 3.
More question for New Mexico State student athletes.
Johnny, you got a lot of guys on this team that are going to be back next year. How much encouragement do you take, even in a loss, from this game going into next year?
This loss is kind of hard for us, but we got a lot of young guys, and it was the first time in the tournament. And I feel like they saw what we could do this year, and I think we're just going to take this loss right now for a couple of days, and we're about to get right back to it next week. We can't dwell on this for a long time. I mean, season comes fast next year, so we just got to be ready for that.
Anything else for student athletes?
AJ and Johnny, can you talk about, you guys shot the 9th most threes in the country this year. Can you just talk about the philosophy of taking a 3 over a 2 a lot of times?
Could you say that again one time, please?
You guys shot the 9th most threes in the country this year. Clearly that's not an accident. I just wanted to get your thoughts about taking the 3 over the 2 at any time in the game.
We got shooters that stay after practice, and they work on their shot all the time. And when one gets going, like, we go on a little streak for them. But we try to get the ball inside as most as we can. I mean, they're a good team. They're on the high side the whole time, so it's kind of hard to get it in. But we had open shots at the end. We had open shots the whole game, but we just couldn't let them fall.
Anything else for these two?
For Johnny. Johnny, you did a good job protecting the rim tonight. Going into this game, was that the plan? Protect the rim, make them kick out, and hit those long shots? Because you did a great job protecting today.
The plan was to don't get beat at point of attack, but if we do, try to step in, take a charge. Because all the teams that they play against, they're all athletic, they want to block shots, and they're not used to people trying to take charges. So we try to take charges as most as we can. We try to shield the rim as most as we can and have them kick it out and scramble off that. And we try our hardest to take as many charges as we can, but we didn't get the calls.
All right, we'll dismiss the student athletes and then return to questions for Coach Jans. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
Chris, in that situation, given your druthers, does he take the layup or does he kick the ball for the 3?
Obviously, I didn't have any timeouts, and we've been in a lot of those situations all year long, and I've trusted my guys to make great decisions, and we have. We've won a lot of games just like this game unfolded. We won a lot of games where the ball was in A.J. Harris's hand or Terrell Brown's hand, and the clock was running down, and we made the final shot. And, you know, right now you can sit up here and second-guess his decision to kick it out to Terrell Brown instead of, you know, trying to lay the ball in. And, you know, obviously at that point it's out of your control, and you got to trust your players, and players make plays. And if he does, you know, make all 3 free throws or makes the 3, you know, it's a Ali Faroukmanesh moment, and that will be remembered forever. And that's what happens, you know, in the NCAA tournament. You know, I trust my players. Players make plays, and it just didn't work out for us this particular time.
Coach, it was well, for whatever it was, have you watched the replay of it yet, or are you almost not wanting to see that? I don't know how open he was because it wasn't right in front of me, but.
I did not watch the replay, no.
Will you?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to that, or is it going to be painful?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it at some point. You know, I won't watch it today. I won't watch it tomorrow, but at some point I'll get over this and put myself back together and sit down and watch it. It'll be hard, I'm sure, but at the same time, I'm really proud of our players. I mean, again, a lot of teams would have went away, and they didn't. They showed what they're made of. They showed how much character they have. They show how resilient they are and how hungry they are. And I think everybody understands there's no moral victories in sports, and certainly there isn't in the NCAA tournament. But at the same time, I'm proud of our players, the way they competed and stuck around and found a way to have a chance to win the game.
Hey, Coach, with a couple minutes left, you guys are still down by 8, and you had a hard time making a dent into that cushion. What was the attitude like of the guys at that point? Did you think that this could come down to the end?
They were awesome. I mean, they were awesome. They were encouraging one another, picking each other up, very lively in our huddles, which, you know, has been the case the last few weeks of the season. They've really bought into what we were doing, and we had a big winning streak going, and they had a lot of confidence. And we had been in that situation, you know, earlier this year, and we try to talk about that and lean on that, and you know, it was just too little too late.
Chris, you've had 50-plus wins in your 2 years at New Mexico State, back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances against Power 5 opponents, quality Power 5 opponents, and you got basically your whole team coming back. What can maybe New Mexico State and you guys do to maybe get a higher seed if you win the WAC next year? And what can the WAC do as a whole to be better to put, you know, the champion in that position?
Obviously, the next step for our program is to win this game, you know, and go to the Sweet 16, hopefully. And we know it, you know, we understand the history of this program and how meaningful this program is to the people of Las Cruces and to the university and all the Aggie fans that follow us worldwide. And we understand, you know, how important that is. And we want to make it happen. You know, we've had 2 cracks at it. You know, we weren't able to accomplish that goal to kind of kick that door in. But, you know, we got a lot of guys back, and we'll certainly regroup and, you know, pick up our pants, if you will, and get back to work at some point. But it's disappointing. You know, we had a chance to, you know, be a team that won a game in the tournament for our program. It's been quite some time, and I know the fan base is dying for it, and we are too. But hopefully, you know, the WAC will continue to improve. You know, we've I think turning heads nationally in terms of our numbers, ranking-wise, et cetera. We've got really good coaches in our league, and they've been allowed to, you know, string together recruiting classes, and everybody's scheduling a little more aggressively to try to help one another. You know, this past fall we had a lot of near misses in our league. There were a lot of teams that, you know, had chances against teams that were ranked higher than them that would really help their particular resume and our overall resume, and hopefully that'll continue, and hopefully next fall, you know, we'll win some of those games, so whoever represents the WAC next year will have a chance to have a little better seed.
Coach Jans, you've been a part of some of these tournament games like here and in your past, so are you guys equipped to advance in the tournament now? Like, are you guys built to advance here? Like, physically, I felt like you guys matched up with them. It's just a matter of getting a better seed and knocking down some of those shots at this point, or?
I think so. I mean, we could have a whole different narrative right now. You know, make another free throw or two. Trev makes that last shot, you know, and he shot the ball extremely well from 3 tonight. And I think we were prepared this year more than we were last year. You know, we talked about it prior to the tournament that we felt last year we had to make some changes in how we played offensively and spread the court a little bit more. And it was beneficial to us, and I thought it was beneficial to us this afternoon. You know, we out-rebounded them 39-24. You know, they outsized us, you know, all the way up and down the roster, and but we expected to out-rebound them. That's kind of what we do. That's our calling card, and you know, I think we've got the right players, the right mindset. We just got to keep getting better. We got to keep getting better, and hopefully put ourselves in position to have a chance next year.
We have time for one more question if there is one. All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.